What's really strong about Forest Edge, and I think what makes everyone so excited about this project, is that tie of education to sustainability. I'm sure we've mentioned it before, but this is the first net zero school in the state of Wisconsin, which is obviously a huge accomplishment. But I think personally what makes Forest Edge so significant and unique is the educational opportunities that we were able to integrate into the project because of its sustainable goals. I'm Maria Welch. I'm a senior project specialist, and I focus heavily on guiding the architectural design and educational visioning.
Chris Hager, I'm a project leader, architect at Bray Architects. I've been here 6 years now. From the standpoint of sustainability, this project really lent itself to that. As I said, any project that's around for 50 to 100 years is going to have a lot of maintenance over time. It's going to have a lot of costs involved in running the facility, and so energy efficiency is important, and it's going to have a payback. Really, most schools should be doing this. Just from the aspect of costs, long-term costs. All of these schools are operating on certain budgets, and I believe that those budgets would be much less moving forward if they had a net zero building, if they were using the sun to power the building, if they were using batteries to store that energy, if they were using geothermal. I mean, this state is a prime state for geothermal energy. It's not a high dollar amount at the beginning for the payoff and the ROI that you get along the way.
I think what we needed to always come back to was that this is a school. Yes, it's net zero. Yes, it's sustainable. And as a design team, that was something that was always at the forefront of our mind to make sure that we were designing this school specifically for this community. The site was actually sort of a legacy farmland site, part of the growing Terravessa neighborhood. So all of those factors compounded into the fact that we need to be really sensitive about how we site the building so that it is able to open itself up to the developing community, but then also allow that access to what would be the school forest. It really took a village to make this project what it is, and I think you can see that when you are within the community, because people are able to take pride in this project because they took part in this project.
My name's Andy Weiland. I serve as the business manager for the Oregon School District. Really, it's been kind of an evolving process for our district over basically the good part of the 2010-2020 timeframe. Kind of early in the 2010s, the Board of Education started to be very concerned about sustainability and climate change and those types of concerns that we all have from a global perspective, and how can we have an impact.
My name is Carrie Modestian, the principal here at Forest Edge. I think this is year 27 in the district in Building 4.
What were some of the key goals from an educator standpoint?
For sure. We absolutely wanted our teachers involved. We wanted their input. And when we did that, we picked teachers from across the district because we didn't want it just to be a certain subgroup of people. We wanted wide ranges of experiences, wide ranges of expertise, and making sure they had a say in how this building came together. So they really brought up some of the practical issues that we face in classrooms, but they also did it with an inventive twist, really looking at collaborative spaces for kids, looking at how we design learning spaces that make sense for kids who need movement, making sure we had spaces for learning throughout the whole building. Having had all of those educators on the design team and a portion of the whole process was great because we had buy-in from people, we had representation, and it wasn't a top-down project.
Can you talk a little bit about the significance of leveraging the building's unique sustainable features as a teaching tool?
One of the unique features that kids are really mesmerized by, because it seems to happen without anybody seeing it, are the windows around here that self-shade based on the sunlight. So today it's really murky and cloudy, you can see out the windows. But on sunnier days, they shade for a couple of reasons, for temperature control, but also for aesthetic appeal, that you're not being blinded by the natural light. But I think more importantly are some of the graphics that we now have that show real-time data, where it shows energy use over time, and you can tweak that to be the month, the day, the year, so kids can see how that happens in real time and how their actions impact what happens to those gauges.
It seems like there's a perception that a lot of public entities maybe think that a sustainable project of this scale is just out of their reach.
Right.
What would you tell them based on your experience?
I would love to see other schools do more of the same, because it was doable and it was within budget, and it'll pay off in rich dividends down the road.
I would say if this is important to you, which we hope it is, building a new building is the best opportunity for being able to build sustainability. If you can start from the ground up, don't think of it as an afterthought. Go into it right at the beginning, and it's not that difficult. The technologies that we're talking about are technologies that have been around for years. We have married geothermal heat pumps with photovoltaic cells, both of which we learned about in our prior projects that started in 2014.
Pretty simply, there needs to be passion for it, and there needs to be vision for it, and not just as us architecture and design nerds. That needs to come from the entity or the school district themselves. And with Forest Edge, we certainly have that with Andy and the rest of district leadership. And I think when someone is so passionate about something like sustainability and net zero, the community will back them on that. So I know that there are financial challenges perhaps, but as design professionals and our consultants, we can help to get there.
So it takes partners to make this happen, right? There's no one single person, but Bray accepted the challenge right from the get-go, and that's important because you have to identify what your priorities are. And they brought a very excited group of people to the table that knew what our priorities were, bought into those priorities, and helped us design the building. From the engineers to the architects, everybody understood what we were trying to accomplish. A building that not only performs well environmentally, but also provides an educational tool for our students.